Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. It feels like it's been a minute because it has been a minute. We had All-Star break last week, so we did not have a video. So the last time we spoke was 2 weeks ago. I was on vacation, so it looked a little bit weird anyway. So it's been about a month since I've been in this room doing my typical breakdown of this promotion. Here's the bad news. In my spreadsheet where I keep all of this year to year to year, this is the last entry I have for the spreadsheet. What does that mean? It means that after this week, last season, FanDuel cut the promo. So while you may expect this promotion to go all the way to playoffs, this could be the last week we get it. I don't know for sure, but I'm telling you, if they keep it consistent from last year, this will be the last week of Dinger Tuesday. Not to scare you, but that's just what the data says. Anyway, there are two versions of this promo. There's the unlimited, which means you can get up to $25 back per game for as many games as you play. And there's the limited version, which I have. I can only get $25 back on the entire day. And if that's you, I would suggest playing 2 to 3 games. General notes we talk about every week. I'm trying to find you guys the best spot to maximize your free bets and hit some players along the way. All right. I don't necessarily line shop or devig these lines because I don't think it matters when I have to play the FanDuel line regardless. All right. Last week, even though I was on vacation and did not do my typical setup, we hit 5 picks, which is great. It helped the B team get back almost above water. As you can see, we're at a minus 4% ROI on all my B team picks this year. 33% on A team, though, which is fantastic, for a total of 15%. We'll take that. We will absolutely take that. As you can see, though, a lot of great conditions last week. I had a ton of B and A team, so that could be part of the reason why we had some success. Bottom line is we'll try to keep that rolling, and we'll start here in Cleveland. As you can see, I don't have Josh Naylor, so go ahead, take him, play him. All right, I don't know who's pitching for Detroit, so I was not comfortable endorsing Josh Naylor. But again, every time I fade him, he seems to go yard, so by golly, pick him if you like. Colt Keith hit one last night. I really like him at 6-1, and Riley Green did not have a hit last night, but I like him at 4.5-1 in this matchup against Curry. Oh, I should add one thing. If you are someone who frequents this channel a lot, you're probably noticing a difference. I typically have the home runs allowed by pitcher up here. I've changed it because as we get this deep into the season, everybody kind of regresses towards the mean, and I don't think it provides us with a lot of useful information. So here's what I've changed it to. I have listed the average exit velocity of the balls hit by the pitches thrown and the pitcher's hard hit percentage. You don't need to know any of what that means. All you need to know is the greener the pitcher, the better for the batter. The redder the numbers here, the worse for the batter. Okay? It's just giving you an average calculation of how good the pitcher is at allowing hard contact or bad the pitcher is at allowing hard contact. Okay, so here we go. Lance Lynn and Paul Skeens. As you can see, Paul Skeens only allows hard hit balls 38% of the time. Lance Lynn 41%. Okay, so they're about average for the slate today. I've color coded it for the slate today in terms of referencing each pitcher to one another. And I'll talk about it as we go, so don't even worry about it. O'Neill Cruz and Rowdy Tellez would be my picks. I'm not going to pick against Paul Skeens, but I also don't love this matchup and this park. Typically good pitching, although Lance Lynn can struggle at times, so that's why I've targeted Pittsburgh guys. Nonetheless, not a game I'm going to play. Game in Miami, Suarez and Tyler are set to pitch, pretty even on their hard hit and exit velocity percentages. Excuse me. Gunnar Henderson at $560, I think, is a good price, and Cedric Mullins at $870, but not a game I probably play. Game in Washington, we do not know who's pitching for the Nationals, but we know that Randy Vasquez is pitching for the Padres, and, I'm going to actually target 2 Washington guys here, Jesse Winker and James Wood, kind of middle of the pack guys. The wind, I believe, is blowing out, but there may be a chance of rain, so watch that. I've given it a C. I don't love it, and I would not play it on the limited version. Game in New York, Battle of the Subway Series, whatever they call it. New York against New York. Quintana and Gill are pitching. Quintana gives up more hard hit balls than does Gill, but the wind is blowing out to left field, I believe, and it should be a good environment for home runs. LeMahieu hit one last night. I like him again, especially at this number against the lefty in Quintana at 9-1. Fantastic price on LeMahieu, and he may get $25 from me. We'll see. Brandon Nimmo would be my second option, my B team option at plus 500. This game is some of the worst pitching of the night. Game in Toronto. Ballpark Pal likes it as well at 2.5 home runs projected. Brandon Lowe and George Springer would be my picks, but I think there's a fair amount of guys who could go yard in this one, but these are my official plays. I don't hate it if you want to play this one unlimited. Something to consider. Game in Atlanta. We don't know who's pitching for Cincinnati, but we know Chris Sale is pitching for Atlanta, one of the better pitchers on the slate. Average exit velocity of 86 miles an hour, only giving up a hard hit ball 32% of the time, which, as you can see, is the lowest of these pitchers. So I will target the mystery man of Cincinnati. We don't know who that is, and go with Jared Kelenic at 520. But here's the deal. I realize I'm contradicting myself. Elly De La Cruz is sitting at 870. I don't know if he's been at 870 all year. Now, he is facing a lefty in Chris Sale, a great lefty in Chris Sale. His splits show that he hits righties much better. I understand that. He also may not start because of this matchup. But if he does, I just think that price is too good to be true, even for the matchup, okay? I think for a guy with his skill, with his power, 870 for Elly De La Cruz, who can go yard anytime. He can switch hit. A reliever may come in. The conditions aren't going to be bad, right? We got to take a stab at this spot. So that's my B team pick. And lastly, on the slate of the first half, we have Zach Wheeler and Woods Richardson, and I would target Bryce Harper at 360 and Nick Castellanos at 450. Here's the deal, guys. I don't even like Nick Castellanos in this matchup, but I have a feeling something's going on with Joe Biden. He may have passed, okay? I get on Twitter and I see all kinds of rumors. Nothing has been confirmed, but I have a feeling something noteworthy and politically news-breaking is going to happen today, and therefore you're going to want to lock in Nick Castellanos before FanDuel pulls him, because we know what happens when something political and newsworthy happens, okay? So not even an actual baseball-oriented assessment here. This is just a political pick, all right? Game in Texas, John Gray, one of the worst pitchers in terms of exit velocity and hard hit percentage, going up against Garrett Crochet, one of the best. So let's target a White Sox here. Andrew Benintendi, plus 900. Not typically a home run guy. I'm reaching a little bit. I don't love a lot of the other Sox bats, though. So I will go with Robbie Grossman, who will be facing Garrett Crochet at 870. Game in Chicago, I think, is an absolutely playable one. And I think the wind blowing out, and when you have a picture here on Colin Ray, who has not been fantastic, Mike Tauchman's back. He's been injured for most of the season, and you guys know how much I love a little Mike Tauchman action. He's cashed for us big. Let's try to get him again. Pete Crow Armstrong, again, not typically a home run hitter, but a guy who hit 2 or 3 the other night, maybe last Sunday, week ago Sunday. So he's seeing the ball well, getting some power, and I don't think it'll take too much to get a ball out of the yard tonight. Michael Busch and Ian Happ aren't bad plays as well if you want to look at them. Game in Kansas City, don't love. Horrible conditions, good pitching, bad park. Marte and Peterson be my picks. I'm skipping forward. Game in Boston. Tough game because I think the conditions are some of the best in this game, but the pitching is okay, and the batters I don't love. Boston doesn't have a ton of power righties besides Tyler O'Neill, and I didn't like his price. So Rafaela at 6-1, if I'm saying that correctly, I truly do not know how to pronounce that, and Ryan McMahon at 5-1. I think this game is okay in terms of just throwing a dart because you should get 3 to 4 home runs and return your value. Game is weird in Oakland because both of these pitchers have a very small sample size. I did not color code these because it would have skewed the whole chart. Beto is a reliever, and Bloss only has started 1 game this year. So just a game I'm totally staying away from. Alvarez at 290 and Brown at 500. I hate it all. It doesn't matter. Game in Seattle, targeting Soriano, going with Luke Raley at 540 and Cal Raleigh at 400. Guy who's been seeing the ball really well, getting a lot of hard contact. So let's ride it. And finally, the game in LA. Battle of a California matchup. with some of the worst pitching. And here's the thing. Gavin Lux, I don't know why they're giving me him at 10-1 again. He's hit 2 this week at home, and I just don't know if he should be that high. 650 I think is fair, but 10-1, come on. Let's try to capitalize on it. Freddie Freeman at 450 would be my second pick. If you want to support me real quick, I have this link in the description, in my bio, in my link tree, where you can sign up for the different sports books in your state. I know this promo is offered on FanDuel, but if you want to look and see if there's other books you don't have, if you sign up for those, you can sort it by your state. I get money, okay? You don't have to do anything except sign up for a sports book, which you should be doing anyway. If you're going to sports bet, you should have access to all the lines. So there's one way. The second way, which is not the way I typically love to endorse, but it is what it is, I am on an app called SoBet. I call it a Twitter for handicappers. They invite people to come to their platform, and then the handicappers post their plays every day. This Sunday, I posted Gavin Lux to hit a home run at 7-1 on my SoBet, and he hit it. So $10 a month, I would have cashed you $175. That would have paid for an entire year of your subscription, okay? Now, I will make losing plays from time to time, and so that's not totally accurate. The point is, I try to post a promo play or two every single day on there, outside of Dinger Tuesday and the like. So if you are interested in following some more of my plays for $10 a month, all right, don't do it if you don't want to. I actually feel guilty when people sign up. I know that's weird, but I hate paying for picks. I hate that mentality, but it is an option. I try to add value to you. There you go. Overall slate, I think LeMahieu and Elly De La Cruz are your value plays for this first half, and I'm fine with either of those, even on the limited version. If you think Biden's dead, maybe go ahead and lock in Nick Castellanos. Second half of the slate, Gavin Lux is someone I've already bet $25 on. I will be completely open and honest. I've only bet Gavin Lux so far, and I'll probably get to a Mike Tauchman or a Pete Crow Armstrong or an Elly De La Cruz or a DJ LeMahieu. Okay, but right now I've locked in Gavin Lux. So that is what we have for you today. I am in the process of making a video where I explain how every MLB team got their name. And it's fascinating to me, and it's taking me a ton of time. So I hope to release that sometime today. So if you would like to support me as we continue this Green Beans Go journey, check out that video, share it with some people. Let's get this channel going. And my father's calling me. So I'm going to cut it right here, and we'll see you next time.